Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Stellar Bowl, where today the Eaglecrest Raptors bring their undefeated 10-0 regular season record into a game against the Golden Demons at 8-2 from the Jefferson County League. Good afternoon again, everybody. I'm Matt Cook, along with Eric Robinson, for this amateur sports video production of the Eaglecrest Raptors' first-round game of the Class 5A Colorado State Playoffs. It's a beautiful day for football, a little bit of wind, a little bit of cold, but the snow that fell last night has melted off, and the field here at the Stellar Bowl looks like it will give both teams a fast track. These teams match up very well, as the Raptors like to run the ball and then hit the other way, coming with that counter with Terrell Cameron. Golden loves to run the ball, and they throw it when they have to. A nifty little quarterback for them this year. And the Golden Demons, as I mentioned, bring an 8-2 record into today's ball game. Now the key for the Raptors has to be, most of the kids that are playing today weren't around when the Raptors qualified for the 4A state playoffs, back when the Raptors were still a 4A school. And so they have to get over whatever nerves they've got going into the playoff today, because one loss and you are out of the playoffs here in the state of Colorado. So Damian Brown and Terrell Cameron will wait back at about the 10-yard line on the south end of the stadium here. And that's the way the Raptors will go, south to north here in the first quarter. The wind is with Golden right now as it's blowing north-south. So Golden may catch a break on the opening kickoff here, as they'll have the wind going with them. And we are underway. A high end-over-end kick down to Terrell Cameron. They fake the reverse. They bring it upfield. Cameron across the 20. Bangs it out to about the 23 or 24. So a pretty decent return. And Terrell Cameron has his team set up, as they've got the ball all the way out to the 28. I didn't see it cross the 25-yard line. So the Raptors are set up in good field position. They'll have first down and 10. Jason McQueen will split out to the bottom of your screen. And Rob Rosano up to the top. Raptor backfield of Brown, Cameron. Now Bryce Hedrick trying to roll out, sends it down there. And it's a little too tall for Jason McQueen. Good defense there. So Bryce Hedrick, first pass of the day, goes incomplete to Jason McQueen. And that's Dan Duran in playing at the fullback position. Jason Sovereign, the normal fullback back there. I saw Sovereign on the opening kickoff return, though, so maybe they just feel they get some kind of added advantage by having Duran in the ballgame versus Sovereign now. Hedrick ready to work. Quick pitch out to Damian Brown. Brown's got the corner across the 30 up to the 35-yard line. And just like I said, Damian Brown, he's going to be a big key to this Raptor success. However, I would imagine the Golden Demons will be keen on Brown, much like the Littleton Lions did in the final regular season game. Had a chance to go out to Eaglecrest practice earlier this week, and I tell you what, these kids are fired up. They were really getting after it. They looked more like the first day of practice rather than the first day of playoff practice. They could hardly tell that they've already played 10 weeks. Their enthusiasm was extremely high. So Terrell Cameron moves and then resets. They pitch it out to Brown. Brown turns it upfield, and he's out near first down territory as he bangs it out to about the 38-yard line. Golden was calling for a movement penalty on Terrell Cameron, but Cameron lined up in the slot. He can move and reset as long as he stays set for 1 second before the ball is snapped. Not moving, so that's a good call by the officials there. And the Raptors have the ball at their own 38-yard line, and they are on the move now. This is a big play, fourth down and just a couple. Raptors going for it early.
Hey, you guys watch out.
Hedrick now hands it off to Brown. Brown picks it up out across the 45, staying on his feet. Finally pulled out of bounds into Golden territory at the 39. A 49 check down. So they pick up the first down, and the gamble pays off as they've got the ball into Golden territory. So Damian Brown doing his customary job of running the ball. And Damian Brown, only a junior, remember, so he will be back next year. And, of course, Coach Ron Peterson would love to be back in the playoffs next year. Now they come with the counter to Terrell Cameron. Cameron picks up good yardage down to the 38-yard line. And that is what the Raptors have done all year long. They set the other team up, running those quick pitches right and left with Damian Brown. And then they come back with that counter play to Terrell Cameron. And Cameron has had some great success running that ball this year, especially on that play. So the Raptors not trying anything too fancy, coming at them with their straight offensive package that we've seen most of the year. Hedrick now runs play action, rolling out, looking for a receiver, sends it down there, in and out of the hands of Jason McQueen at the 30. That was a good ball, a little bit low, very catchable, however.
Number 83, Andy Wood on the defense for Demons.
So the Golden Demons have had some lean years, and they have had a measure of success under the last 4 or 5 couple of years. Of course, they play in the Jeffco League, and Jeffco League is always tough. There's about 4 or 5 teams out there that always seem to be in the playoffs, both on the 5A and 6A levels. Run the counter again to Terrell Cameron, and Cameron picks up about 6 yards.
Cameron carries the ball for 6 yards.
And Terrell Cameron
was made by number 72, Shane Weaver.
Well, let's see, they spot the ball at the 34-yard line.
Ball is placed on the Golden 34-yard line.
So Jason McQueen will split out to the bottom of your screen.
3rd and 4.
The Raptors will come up in the Raptor backfield. They're facing a 3rd down and 4 situation. Hedrick under center now. And they give it off to Damian Brown, and Brown's going to pick up out near the first down yardage. Let's see.
Damian Brown.
He needed to pick up about 4.
30-yard line.
So the Raptors with the ball on the 30, and they're going to hand it off to Brown again. Brown stopped at the line of scrimmage. I don't think he picked up the yardage for the first down.
Damian Brown on a carry for the Raptors held up.
Ball got back to the original line of scrimmage at the 30.
Number 72, Shane Weaver.
And Golden will take over on downs. So Eaglecrest going for a big 4th down, and they're stopped early in the ball game. And now they have to test their defense right off the bat. So the defense of Eaglecrest has been suspect a little bit this year. A lot of people have criticized them. But they need to come up big today because this Golden offense certainly can put some points on the board. And this time they go over the right tackle, pick up about 3 or 4. Good stop there for the Raptors by Travis Noble. So they picked up about 2 or 3 yards, 3 yards it appears. So it'll bring up 2nd down now and 7 for the Golden Demons. The Demons show a robust backfield. 3 backs in the backfield going nowhere. Tackled down finally at the 35.
Tackle made by number 33, Greg Cutlip, and number 44, Travis Noble.
So Greg Cutlip and Travis Noble get the credit for the tackle on that play. And the Demons now send 1 wide up to the top. Stick with the 3-back backfield, though. Run play action, looking to pass. He's got a receiver down there, and Bo Rogers comes up and hammers him at the 42-yard line.
Pass to number 22, Oscar Sands, complete. Number 8, Bo Rogers defending for the Raptors.
So Rogers tackles Oscar Sand at the 42, and that's good for the first down of Golden.
Placed on the
And now they'll go wide, top and bottom. They keep 3 running backs in the backfield, though. And they hand it off up the middle, picking up good yardage across to the 48-yard line. So Oscar Sands for Golden having some success testing the middle of the Raptor offensive or defensive lines.
6 yards, ball placed on the Golden 48. 2nd and 4.
So 2nd and 4 now face the Demons from Golden High School. And they run the counter themselves, going nowhere this time though. Great anticipation, number 33, Greg Cutlip in there. Jasper Armstrong as well on the stop.
Tackle was made by number 33, Greg Cutlip.
And Golden may want to reconsider running that counter play because this Eaglecrest defense sees that every single day in practice from their offense. And they're not going to be fooled by that. They know where it's going. And they did that time, so no gain on the play. Ball still at the 47-yard line. I'm sorry, the 48-yard line. And Golden wants to pass. Quick hitter across the middle. And it goes incomplete. It was tipped, but the Golden receiver, Greg Levitt, made a good adjustment to it, trying to haul that ball in, and he couldn't.
Number 21, Jamie Kanapke.
So Jamie Kanapke was the one credited with batting that ball. And now Golden will go back to punt. Good snap, he fields it. End over end kick, gonna hit at the 22. Bo Rogers can't get there. Does the smart thing and gets away from it. And it rolls down and finally tapped dead at the 8-yard line of Eaglecrest. So the Raptors backed up a little bit at their own 8-yard line. Bryce Hedrick wants to pass, play action, rolling out. He's got some pressure, better get rid of it. Now he turns it upfield and picks up a decent gain to the 21-yard line.
Hedrick is tackled at the 21-yard line.
So Bryce Hedrick
Tackle was made by number 34, Aaron
runs the
Chevron.
ball on the planned rollout. Couldn't find anybody downfield. Good coverage by Golden, but he's able to turn it upfield,
Play is good
pick
for
up the
13
first
yards.
down at the 21-yard line.
Down. Ball is placed on the Raptor 21-yard line.
So the Raptors will come out with their Raptor backfield, 2 tight ends, and then the split to the bottom. Bryce looking to go that way. Screen play over there. Damian Brown has it across the 20 up to 25, 30, 40. Cuts it back inside to the 45. Still on his feet across midfield. All the way down to the 30. Goes 20. Finally pulled down from behind. Damian Brown at the 18-yard line. And that was a beautiful screen play over that way. And I thought Golden had him stuffed as they were able to stop him up. He was able to reverse his field, keep his feet, and then Damian Brown just headed upfield. There's a flag on the play. And Damian Brown is still with his hands on his knees. He may be shooken up a little bit.
Brown's carry is good for a 60-yard pass completion.
So 60 yards on the pass. And we've got a clip against Eaglecrest, so it's still a first down, and they will back it up 15 yards from the point of the infraction, so that will put it back somewhere near the 35 or 36-yard line, I believe.
Penalty takes the ball back to the Golden 33-yard line.
So back to the 33.
First down, Eaglecrest.
They go. They gave Brown credit farther ahead than I had him. So first down and 10. Ball at the Demon 33-yard line, and the Raptors on the move. The penalty is costly, however. And they run the counter. Terrell Cameron going nowhere.
Ball handed off to number 42, Terrell Cameron. Tackle made by number 34, Aaron Chevron.
Aaron Chevron, number 34 for the Demons, right there.
Jack Hager.
And he does a good job of wrapping up and
Second down,
tackling Terrell Cameron, not giving him a chance to wiggle away.
2nd and 12.
So the Raptors lose 2 yards on that. 2nd down and 12 now. Rosano split to the top of your screen. Hedrick runs the play action. He's rolling out again. Good protection. He's got some time. Coming back the other way. Now he sends it down there. He's got a receiver over the hands of Terrell Cameron. But number 65, Aaron Wagner, doing a great job. He rolls out with his quarterback. And then he turned around and caught the Golden defender with a nice block, which gave Hedrick the second or two more to throw that ball. Sent it downfield a little bit too high, though, and Terrell Cameron not able to get a hold of it. So that'll bring up third down for the Raptors now. Bryce Hedrick back to pass again, going for it all. Got a receiver down there. And Terrell Cameron again not able to handle it. Good coverage downfield. Cameron trying to make the play over his shoulder, and that's the toughest catch to make right there. And he goes out of bounds. So that'll bring up a fourth down situation. So after the 60-yard pass completion on the screen pass to Damian Brown, the Raptors down in Golden territory, and they're not able to convert. And they're going to go for it, it appears. And now Bryce Hedrick wants a timeout to talk things over with head coach Ron Peterson. So Hedrick helps Damian Brown get everything buckled up right. Jason Sovereign back into the ballgame at the fullback position. Pitch out to Brown. Brown's looking to pass. Brown sends it down there. And Rosano along the sideline, not able to make the catch. So just like that, I said we probably wouldn't see anything tricky or fancy from the Raptors, and they come out with the halfback pass to Rob Rosano, and the Golden defender made a great play there. He used the sideline as another defender, and he was able to shield Rosano out of bounds. So even if Rosano had caught that ball, I believe he would have been out of bounds over there along that sideline. So Golden back on the attack now. Sends it up the middle across the 41. Pickup of about 8 yards.
Oscar Sands on the carry for the Demons. Tackle is made by number 55, Lance Gillis, assisted by number 33, Greg Cutlip.
So Cutlip and Gillith get the credit for the stop on that one. Pick up a 7 yards. Second down and 3 now for Golden. And the Demons come out in their 3-back deep backfield, hand it off to the first man through the hole. Another big gain across midfield over the 49. Trey Miller finally pulls him down. Gillith had a shot at him, slowed him down, but couldn't finish him off.
Number 3, Trey Miller.
So Golden now on the move, putting a couple of nice running plays together. And they are into Raptor territory at the 49-yard line. Actually about the 49 and a half. Just a ball's length over the midfield stripe. Golden to pass again. Quick hitter. And a gain there down. Jasper Armstrong and Greg Cutlip in on the tackle, though. The gain, though, down to about the 37-yard line of Eaglecrest.
Number 54, Jasper Armstrong.
And the Raptors having some problems right now. Golden able to run the ball up the middle pretty effectively, and then they're also having some success with that quick slant across the middle. So the Demons again on the attack. First down. They hand it off up the middle. This time they pick up about 4 or 5. Ball taken down to the 34-yard line.
Tackle was made by number 79.
Garen Shelton in on the tackle there.
Ball is placed on the Raptor 34. Second.
So this is a big test now for the Raptor defense. They want to keep Golden out of the end zone here. Quick pitch out. He's got a lead blocker across the 30, across the 20, cuts it back inside. I think he's going to go all the way. And he does. Well, he may have been pulled down right at the 1 yard line. We'll see. And they do. They hold him down right at the 1 yard line. Bo Rogers with a great tackle. Grabs the collar and pulls him down at the 1. So the Demons now with the first chance to score. First down and goal at the Eaglecrest 1 yard line. So the Raptor faithful break into a cheer of hold 'em, hold 'em, hold 'em. And the Demons go in for the score. And Golden takes the lead early. They go up 6-0 on Eaglecrest. And they have a pretty vocal contingent here at the Stutler Bowl supporting their team across the field. And they've got to like what they see so far. The Demons using a nice mix of running and throwing the ball. And they took that drive all the way from the Eaglecrest 33 in for the score. Wood will try the extra point. He's got plenty of height on it. And it's good. And Golden leads it 7-0. So Terrell Cameron and Damian Brown will wait to receive the Golden kickoff. And they want to get their team in good field position and put them on the board here. So Andy Wood from Golden High School gets the signal to kick it off. And again, a high end-over-end kick. Damian Brown handles it. They stop him right away. Flags everywhere. I think Golden was offsides. So we'll go back and kick it off again. This time Golden will have to kick it from the 35, though. So that's a help because Brown and Cameron will be able to handle the ball 5 yards further upfield. And this time they kind of line drive it down there. Rosano handles it, and then he slips down. He had blockers ahead of him. So that turf may be a little bit slick from all the rain and the snow last night.
Tackle was made by number 19, John Monk.
So Bryce Hedrick now will lead the Raptors out on the field. He'll have first down and 10 at his 32-yard line. Hedrick hands it off to Brown up the middle. Brown pops through. Excuse me, able to pick up a couple up to the 35-yard line.
Ball handed off to number 10, Damian Brown. Brown carries the ball for 3 yards. Tackle was made by number 13, Jack Hager.
So second down now for the Raptors at the 35-yard line. Second down and 7. Hedrick under center, taking a look at the Golden D. And now he gets this snap, and he hands it off to Damian Brown. Brown picks up a couple out to the 38, 39 maybe, depending where they give him the forward spot.
4 yards. Tackle was made by number 2, Kurt Jensen.
So Jensen for Golden in on the tackle. So right now the Raptors answering the call
Ball is placed on the Raptor
following the
39-yard
Golden
line.
score,
Third and
and
3.
Golden leads it 7-0. Hedrick under center again, quick pitch out to Brown. Brown cuts it upfield, across to about the 41. We'll see if that's good for the first down.
Tackle was made by number 77, Ryan Kaplar.
The officials, no signal yet, so I'm assuming they're short.
Play was good for 2 yards. Fourth and a short 1.
So fourth down and a short 1 for the Raptors, and it appears they're going to go for it again now. And they won't get a chance in the first quarter.
At the end of the first period.
So to start the second quarter, the Eaglecrest Raptors have a 4th and 1 situation, high backfield behind, and now they check out of it. Hedrick going into the shotgun, and he's going to try a quick kick here. And he gets a good punt. Going to bounce at the 22. And Terrell Cameron will down it. We'll see where they spot it. So the Raptors right now giving Golden a lot of things to think about. They show that they're going to go for it on fourth, and they check out of it and go to the quick punt. We've already seen a halfback option pass from the Raptors. And so Golden's defense has a lot to think about right now. But so does the Eaglecrest defense. They've given up the only score of the game. And Golden leads it 7-0 here early in the second quarter. And they run play action. Golden has a receiver down there. He sends it down there. He tripped. Bo Rogers on the coverage. The Golden receiver had a step on him, but he tripped and fell down. And Bo Rogers on the coverage down there. Goes Bo Rogers, one of the leaders of this team. He's only a junior, so he will be back next year. So Golden comes out in a spread formation, wide stop and bottom, only 2 running backs behind now. And they go up the middle, picking up a couple maybe, but not too much. Kerry Phillips in on the tackle. And the public address announcer says the tackle credited to a Parliament of Raptors, so we'll have to see if the Raptors have a quorum here to stop Golden on second down now. Ball at 25, play action. There's that quick hitter against the middle. Jamie Kanapke, a big time hit. That ball came loose. Let's see what they say. And now the signal from the official is the ball is incomplete. But Jamie Napke coming over there like a missile, and he lays a big hit on the Golden receiver and separates him from the ball. That ball looked like it might have been fumbled to me. They're saying he didn't have control before he was hit, and the ball popped out. So Golden will punt, and the Raptors were able to hold him. Let's see what kind of return they can get now. Bo Rogers and Jamie Kanapke back, and Kanapke, the Raptor over there, when the ball went out of bounds at the 30. So Bryce Hedrick will have first down and 10 at his own 30, going the other way. And they run it to Jason Sovereign. Sovereign picks up a couple. Good pursuit by Golden, though.
Tackle was made by number 2, Kurt Jensen.
Get a good look at that offensive line there for the Raptors.
2nd and 2 from the Raptors.
Matt Conati, Demetrius Serpes, Aaron Bradshaw, Aaron Wagner, and Al Fracola in there. Terrell Cameron now on the counter, has lead blockers ahead of him, and he gets it out to the 50. And check that. I said Al Fracola, but I meant number 58, Alex Cogden. And then, of course, Mark Moon, the tight end in that situation. So Rosano will split up to the top of your screen. Raptor backfield behind Hedrick. The penalty brings it back to the 30-yard line. Sovereign coming that way again across the 35, pulled down out of bounds at the 37. So a couple penalties have been costly for the Raptors now. Damian Brown had the 60-yard screen pass reception, but of course the 15-yard penalty took him back out, and the Raptors weren't able to convert. Big gain on the counter that time to Terrell Cameron, and the penalty brings it back. And that's not what the Raptors want to be doing now. Those are the kind of penalties that kill drives, and they need some scores here. Hedrick under center now. He gets the snap. They run the counter, coming back with Terrell Cameron. Cameron pops right away at the line of scrimmage. No gain by a couple of Golden defenders.
Tackle was made by number 49,
So the Raptors will have to punt again. Bryce Hedrick will be back at about his 25-yard line to handle the snap. Good snap. Gets a high spiraling kick. And Golden touched it. He signaled for the fair catch, couldn't handle it, and the Raptors have that ball back. Oh my, what a big play that's going to be. The Golden receiver signaled for the fair catch. He couldn't handle it, and as it went through his hands, he touched it. And the Raptors, heads up call, a play there, fell on it, and they'll have the ball in Golden territory now. So they will go to the split set, wides top and bottom, Rosano and McQueen respectively. Raptor backfield behind Hedrick. And Hedrick hands it off to Jason Sovereign, first man through the middle. He picks up 3 or 4. Good tackling by Golden on the other side.
The tackle was made by number 72, Shane Weaver.
So the ball is to the 38-yard line, pickup of a couple.
Demon 38. Second and 8.
Second down and 8 now after Jason Sovereign picks up 2 on first down. Hedrick takes a look at the Golden D. Waits on the snap. He's got it. He runs play action now. Rolling out. Got good protection. Sends it back the other way. Damian Brown going up top. Couldn't pull it in.
Pass is intended for number 10, Damian Brown. Pass was broken up by.
So Damian Brown, the intended receiver over there. He tried to go up higher than the Golden defender and just missed it. So that'll bring up a 3rd down and 8 situation now. And the Raptors now a couple times down inside Golden territory, no points. So they want to get something here. Hedrick rolling out again, wants to pass, sends it down there. He's got a receiver, it's picked off, going the other way at the 30-yard line. Rob Rosenau was the intended receiver. And Kurt Jensen, number 2 for Golden, makes a great play, steps right in front of Rosenau and picks that ball off at the 30-yard line. So the Raptors now 3 or 4 times today have been down inside Golden territory, and they're not able to convert. They've still got the goose egg on their side of the scoreboard, and Golden's got momentum on their side, and they've also got the ball back. First down and 10 at the Raptor 30. Twin wideouts to this side. Golden wants to pass, sends it down there, and that ball's picked off the other way. Bo Rogers at the 50-yard line. So that's how quickly a game like this can change. Bo Rogers coming back with a great defensive play of his own, and he picks the ball off on the first Golden throw, at the 50-yard line. And Bo Rogers has made some huge plays all year long. And none maybe bigger than that one right there. So the Raptors will have the ball first down and 10 now at their own 49-yard line. Hedrick has the snap, hands it off to Terrell Cameron. Cameron trying to get to the outside, cuts it up inside to the 50, gets it down to the 45. Nice piece of running there. Cameron keeping his feet and moving.
Tackle is made by number 77, Ryan Kaspar.
So Hedrick will bring the Raptors up for second down. They're in Golden territory at the 45. Second down now. And Hedrick will hand it off to Damian Brown. Brown trying to get it outside. Brown to the 40, cross to the 30. Still on his feet, cuts it back. And then he slips down at the 31. And Golden caught a big break there because Damian Brown, as he was trying to cut back, slipped down. If not, he had a pretty good angle to pick up some more yards.
Play is good for 15 yards.
So a couple of people have been slipping and sliding a little bit on the AstroTurf here at the Stutler Bowl. Of course, this AstroTurf, about 8 years old, it is getting a little bit slick. And the snow last night, I'm sure, didn't help the footing. Bryce Hedrick now hands it off. This time they go to Jason Sovereign. Sovereign picks up a couple. Check that. That's Damian Brown. Brown runs over Jason Sovereign, who is lead blocking for him. So down to about the 24-yard line go the Raptors. And if nothing else, they are well within Jason Rogers' field goal range if they pick up about 5 or 6 more yards. Hedrick wants to pass. Now he sends it down there. Off the helmet of one of the Golden defenders. Pass intended for Terrell Cameron. Cameron turned around to make a play for the ball, but it bounced off the helmet of one of the Golden defenders and went incomplete. So not a great pass by Bryce Hedrick. Maybe laid it up a little bit too long. So now the Raptors will come up in their customary Raptor formation. And Hedrick wants to pass again, rolling out. Looking for a receiver, better hurry, sends it down there. Jason Sovereign catches it at the 26 and goes out of bounds. But there was fierce pressure on Bryce Hedrick as he was trying to roll out. So the ball at the 16-yard line. First down for the Raptors. And they hand it off the middle to Jason Sovereign. Sovereign falls forward for a couple.
Tackle was made by number 72, Shane Weaver.
Number 72 for Golden, Shane Weaver gets the credit for the stop. Ball is down to the 14-yard line of Golden, so that'll be second down and 8 for the Raptors now. As Hedrick sends a receiver wide to the bottom of your screen. And they try Damian Brown up the middle. Brown picks up a couple down to the 10. May have got it down to the 9. Let's see where they give him the spot.
Tackle made by number 72, Shane Weaver, and number 35.
Weaver again, the tackler. Ball right at the 10-yard line now. Third down and 4 for the Raptors.
Third and 4 for the Golden 10.
And Golden has been pretty stingy down inside their own 20 today. The Raptors have been down there about 4 times now. No points on their side of the board. Hedrick rolling out, looking for a receiver. And he better hurry. He's going to get sacked all the way back to the 17-yard line. Again, fierce pressure up the middle from Golden. And as Hedrick was rolling out, he had pressure from the backside, plus the pressure up the middle, and the two combined for the sack. So Jason Rogers into the ball game to attempt what will be a 34-yard attempt. And Rogers, plenty of foot on this one. It looks good, and it is. So Jason Rogers tallies the first points of the game for Eaglecrest, and the Raptors are on the board, but they still trail Golden 7-3. So Rogers again will tee it up, and he had a rough game against Littleton, but he seems to have rebounded now as he puts his team on the board 7-3. Kind of a line drive kick down there. Golden handles it, and then they can't handle it. Now they're just going to fall on it at the 20-yard line. Streaking down there, Bo Rogers and Kevin Widmer for the tackle. So now first down and 10 for Golden at the 20-yard line. And Golden goes to the quick pitch to the outside. Good gain here across the 30. Finally tackled down by Lance Gillett and Kerry Phillips.
Ball is carried by number 2, Kurt Jensen. Tackle made by number 8, Bo Rogers.
And Bo Rogers gets the official call for the tackle.
Ball is placed at the 32.
So Golden now with the ball at the 31-yard line. And they run play action. Quick hitter against the middle. And Travis Noble picks that one off. Travis Noble, one-handed, blocks the ball, keeps it in the air, and sticks with it and picks it off. So the big guy, number 44, Travis Noble, with the big interception right there from his linebacking position. And he will put the ball back in the hands of his offensive teammates in pretty good position at the Golden 41. Hedrick going up top right away. Screen pass again. Terrell Cameron picks up a couple down to the 36. Picks up about 5.
Play was good for 5 yards.
Golden not particularly fooled that time. So second down now at about 6. Hedrick now, quick pitch out to Brown. Brown across to the 30, 25, 20. Bangs it inside down to the 16-yard line. So Damian Brown doing what he can there to pick that first down up, and he does a great job as he gets it all the way down to about the 16 or 17-yard line of Golden. So this would be a big momentum booster if the Raptors can get in the end zone here before the end of the first half. Quick pitch out to Brown again. Brown cuts it up inside down to the 10, still on his feet. Finally pulled down just inside the 10-yard line.
Ball carried by Damian Brown for 6 yards.
So Brown, 6 yards on first down, will bring up second down and 4. Hedrick under center now, and they run the counter. Terrell Cameron coming the other way. Nothing there.
Ball handed off to number 42, Terrell Cameron. There's no gain on the play.
So that'll bring up third down and 4 at the Golden 10-yard line. So this has to be a big conversion as the Raptors want to keep the drive alive. Of course, Jason Rogers already has made a 34-yard field goal, so they feel confident that they could get the field goal from this position, but they really want 6. Hedrick runs the counter again. Terrell Cameron gets it down to the 7 or 8, and then he's pushed back. His forward momentum probably will give him credit down to the 7-yard line. But I believe he's going to be 1 yard short of the first down.
4th and 1.
And now Bryce Hedrick wants a timeout to talk things over before they take the snap on the 4th and 1 situation. So Jason Rogers into the ball game to try what at this point will be about a 30-yarder. Rogers gets it down, he kicks it, and it's good. So the Raptors can't find the end zone, but they have some success with the strong right leg of Jason Rogers, and they are only down by 1, 7-6. So Rogers will kick it off again. He kind of squibs it down to the 25 where Golden handles it. Golden gets a return out to the 35-yard line.
By number 19, John Malton.
And the Raptor defense takes the field once again.
Malton carries the ball first 10 yards.
So Golden leads it 7-6 after a couple of Jason Rogers field goals. Finally put Eaglecrest on the board. Now they go wides 2 to the bottom, and they hand the ball off the middle across the 40, still on his feet, out near the 47-yard line. Goes Kirk Jensen. So the 12-yard gain will give Golden the first down.
Timeout, Golden.
So Golden gets the ball out to the almost 47-yard line. And looking to go up top. He's got some pressure. Jasper Armstrong coming from the backside. That ball is caught inbounds. Beautiful catch. Courtney McHugh, the defender over there. But that was a beautiful catch. Unfortunately, no time remaining on the clock here in the first half. Golden leads it 7-6. So we are back here at the Stutler Bowl for the second half. Eaglecrest had their chances in the first half. They were down inside Golden territory a couple times and not able to come up with any touchdowns, but a couple of Jason Rogers field goals have the Raptors trailing by only one, 7-6. Bryce Hedrick heads out to midfield to decide what's going to happen with the ball here in the second half. Just remind everybody, this is an amateur sports video production of the Class 5A first round state playoff game between the Eaglecrest Raptors and the Golden Demons. I'm Matt Cook along with Eric Robinson here at the Stutler Bowl. And the wind kicking up a little bit, and that may become a factor as we wind down to the end of the game. Jason Rogers now will tee it up, and the Raptors will kick it off to Golden. Golden will be working into the sun here in the third quarter. We'll see if that's a factor at all. And Rogers boots it out of the end zone. So the Demons will take over at the 20-yard line.
Demons will take the ball on the Demon 20-yard line.
So first down and 10 now for the Demons at their own 20-yard line. And the pressure is on again for the defensive unit. And you got Jasper Armstrong, Alpha Cola, Kerry Phillips, and Darren Shelton along the defensive line. Travis Noble and Greg Cutlip are the linebackers. And then Trey Miller, Jamie Knapke, Courtney McHugh, and Bo Rogers are your defensive backfield.
Darren Shelton. Play is good for 4 yards. Second.
So the Demons pick up 4 yards on first down as they get it out
24.
to the 24-yard line and bring up second down and 7. And Golden now with the 3 backs in the backfield. Raptors show blitz, and they get it out to the 25-yard line for their pushed back. And credit the entire Raptor defensive unit on that tackle. Armstrong and Phillips, the first ones there on the stop. Kevin Widmer into the ball game now at one of the linebacking spots. And I don't see Lance Gillett in there at his customary linebacking spot. I wonder if he's been hurt. So third down now and 5 at the 25-yard line. And Golden goes the quick pitch out there. And nothing doing. Coming up on the stop, Greg Cutlip. And Cutlip stops Golden well short of the first down at the 26-yard line.
Travis Noble. Punting from the 26-yard line.
So Golden will punt. And the punter for Golden will wait at about the 12-yard line. Pressure from the outside, he gets it off. Not a particularly long kick, but will take a Golden roll. And it keeps rolling down to the Raptor 30-yard line. So not a very long kick, but it got a big roll. And the Raptors will take over first down and 10 at their 30-yard line.
Raptors will take over the ball on the Raptors 30-yard line.
And it looks like all the
First down.
starters are in again for the Raptors on offense. Bryce Hedrick, the quarterback. Jason Sovereign, the fullback. Damian Brown, the halfback. Terrell Cameron, the slot back. Jason McQueen, the wide receiver. Mark Moon, the tight end, as they hand it off to Sovereign, and he picks up 2 or 3 before he gets pushed back. Then the offensive line, of course, Owen Bradshaw, Aaron Wagner, Demetrius Serpes, Alex Cogden. So the Raptors now will run the counter. Terrell Cameron coming the other way. And he gets it out near the 35-yard line, or the 34, pickup of another 2. So it'll be 3rd down and 6 for the Raptors now at the 34-yard line. Hedrick trying to drop the Golden defenders offside. You saw him do the hard count and snap his head a little bit. And Golden stays put. So they pick up 5. But I believe they're going to be about a yard short. That'll bring up a 4th down situation. So with the ball at the 38-yard line, Eaglecrest going for it again on 4th down. Now they check out of it. We'll see if they're going to run the quick kick again. And they do. Bryce Hedrick. Nice spiraling punt. It's going to hit. Oh, and it's going to roll out of bounds. So Golden will take over at their own 20-yard line. Nice punt, though, by Bryce Hedrick. But he wasn't able to get anybody down to cover it. So Golden will have 1st down and 10 at their own 20-yard line. And they run the quick pitch out to the outside right away. Widmer over there to slow him down. And then finally tackled down by a whole bunch of the Raptors. Courtney McHugh gets the credit. So a pickup of maybe 1 on 1st down brings up 2nd down and 9 for Golden. Kevin Widmer really made that play happen. He was able to slow up the Golden running back and wait for the support from the inside. And Golden goes up the middle this time across the 30-35, finally pulled down by Jamie Kanapke. But the ball all the way out to the 38-yard line and a Golden 1st down.
Plays good for 16 yards. Tackle made by number 21, Jamie Kanapke.
So Golden having some success running the ball up the middle. And they've also had some success throwing the ball on the quick slant across the middle.
Hey, you guys, you're right in my way, fellas.
And now they come out in the spread formation, top and bottom again. Quick pitch out to, or pass out there, and then the running back takes it ahead for about 4 yards down to the 44-yard line, it appears.
Play was good for 5 yards.
So 5 yards will bring up 2nd down and 5 for Golden. And Golden moving the ball rather well on their first drive, or their second drive here of the second half. And the defense now needs to step it up a notch. They want to get this ball back. Eaglecrest, of course, trails 7-6. And that's the kind of defensive play they needed right there. Al Fricola shooting in from his defensive line position, able to hold up the running back, and then he got support from Jasper Armstrong, Trey Miller, and Greg Cutlip. And there's a flag on the play now. And it's going against Golden, so a holding call. Moves the ball all the way back to the 31-yard line. And Golden going back to pass, screen pass the other side. Ball's loose, and Eaglecrest recovers it. Number 79, Garen Shelton, recovers that ball. Number 31, Kerry Phillips, tackled the running back on the screen play from behind and knocked that ball loose. And it hit the turf And Garen Shelton recovered. So Eaglecrest will have the ball at the Golden 49-yard line. First down and 10. And that's the kind of break that Eaglecrest defense needed, because now they put the ball back in the hands of the offense, and the offense was showing some signs of getting Golden's defense figured out as Bryce Hedrick sends it incomplete to Jason McQueen. Hedrick back to try it again now. Quick pitch out to Damian Brown. Brown cuts it inside across the 45 up to the 40. Still on his feet all the way down to the 31-yard line.
Thanks, fellas.
So Hedrick under center again. And he will hand it off to Sovereign. Sovereign with a good gain now down to the 20. Still on his feet all the way down to the 16. So Jason Sovereign running like a bull that time right up the middle, challenging everybody to try and stop him. And they couldn't until he got all the way down to the 16-yard line. So the Raptors now have Big Mo on their side, and they are rolling as they've got it down to the 17-yard line. They hand it off to Brown. Brown cuts it inside. Brown's going to get down to the 5, down to the 1, and he's going to be stopped just short. I thought Damian Brown was going in for the touchdown for sure. Just short, though, and the Raptors will have first down and 10 at about the 2-yard line. So it'll be a first down and goal situation. They'll get 4 shots at it from there. Ball right at the 2-yard line. The Raptor backfield behind Hedrick. Hedrick will try and keep it, and he might have got in. Yes, he did. Touchdown, Eaglecrest. And Eaglecrest takes their first lead of the ball game, 12-7, with the PAT yet to come. And I don't see Jason Rogers coming onto the field, so I'm going to assume that the Raptors are going for 2. Ben Harris checks into the game as Coach Ron Peterson tries to put a little more size on that offensive line of his. And Hedrick now going for it. Of course, the 2-point conversion would give him a 7-point lead. And they hand it off to Brown. Brown going up top. And Damian Brown stops short of the goal line. So the score will stay. Eaglecrest 12, Golden 7. So Golden will take it right at the goal line. Try and get the return upfield. Jasper Armstrong with a chance, and then he runs away. Finally brought down by Trey Miller and Garen Shelton. So first down and 10 for Golden at the Eaglecrest 22-yard line. And they hand it off first man through the hole. Kerry Phillips, or Greg Cutlip on the tackle as Golden picks up 3 to the 25-yard line. It'll be second down now at about 7 at the 25-yard line for the Raptors. And Golden sends 1 wide to the top, 3 backs in the backfield. And they want to pass. And they're going to get sacked. Jasper Armstrong from the backside pulls down the quarterback, and he never saw him coming. Jasper Armstrong from his blind side, he was looking downfield for the pass, and Armstrong just levels him. So that's a big sack because it moves it back all the way to the 17-yard line, 18-yard line. And that'll bring up a third and a very long situation now. That's about 3rd and 12 or 13. So look for Golden, obviously, to go to the passer. They run play action inside, rolling out. Got a receiver down there. He sends it down there, and a nice, beautiful diving catch for Golden. Courtney McHugh defended it about as well as he could, but the ball was laid out in front of the receiver, and the receiver laid out completely trying to pull that ball in. So the officials sending both teams back to the huddle. The long pass, though, puts the ball at the Raptor 45-yard line, where Golden will have first down and 10. I'm not sure what the officials are stopping for here. So the Eaglecrest D wants to come up big here. The offense finally starting to click. And if they can get the ball back in their hands, down to the 39-yard line goes a leaping Golden running back, Kevin Whitmere, over there on the tackle. So the ball will be at the just inside the 40-yard line.
For some people it is, yeah.
Well, I just wondered. I'm getting ready to start my third career again. Retired.
So Golden waits for the snap. Now they hand it off. First man through the hole. Big gap. Still on his feet down to the 22. Finally pulled down. Courtney McHugh. So Golden now fired up and has their offense working real well as they go up the middle. That time, first man through the hole. And they get it all the way down to near the Raptor 20-yard line. And that's good for a first down and 10. And this time they hand it off, same play. Not as big a pickup as they get the ball all the way down to the 20. Pickup of about 2 yards. Travis Noble in on the tackle. Second down and 8 now for the Golden Demons. So the Raptor defense really needs to stop them here. Golden comes out in a split formation, wide to the top. Goes one receiver, and then three backs in the backfield. And they hand it off. This time, nothing doing. Stopped right away. Jasper Armstrong, the first man there. Alfred Cola, Travis Noble, everybody over on that side of the ball. So no pickup. And that'll do it for the third quarter. And the Raptors lead it going into the fourth quarter now. 12-7. This game a lot closer than most people thought it would be. So the ball at the 20-yard line now. Quick pitch goes Golden. Inside to the 15, finally pulled down by Trey Miller. Pickup of about 5.
Play was good for 5 yards. Tackle made by number 3, Trey Miller.
So the ball is at the 15-yard line, and Golden is on the move now. In the fourth quarter, they lead it, or they trail Eaglecrest 12-7. Their offense really clicking right now, though. And the Eaglecrest Raptors need to shut things down. And people jumping all over the place. I think Golden got Eaglecrest to jump off sides. And that's another thing that I noticed when I was at the Eaglecrest practice earlier in the week was Coach Ron Peterson hammering home to his troop the fact that Golden has been able to get people to jump off sides all year long. And on defense, you really have to wait to see that ball snap before you move. Of course, the adrenaline really pumping, and the defensive line of Eaglecrest trying to anticipate maybe a little too early when they jump off sides. So the ball now at the 10-yard line of Eaglecrest. And up the middle go the Raptors. That ball is loose. It's on the turf. Let's see what the official signal is. There isn't one yet. They say he was down by contact before the ball shot loose. Well, I don't know. That looked close to me. I thought maybe that ball was loose before,
Play was good for 1 yard.
but the officials say no.
Second and goal.
So second and goal now, back at the 10-yard line for the Golden Demons. They go wides, top and bottom, 2 backs in the backfield. And they run the quick pitch out there. Garen Shelton shuts it down, and then a whole bunch of the Raptors come up and finish him off. Garen Shelton shoots in there and slows the running back up enough that when he gets by Shelton, he finds a wall of black shirts, and the black shirts tackle him down at the 12-yard line. So third down and goal now at the 12 for Golden. And this is a big third down. We haven't seen Golden attempt a field goal today. And they want to pass, going to the end zone, nothing doing, sack. Kevin Widmer and Bo Rogers along with Kerry Phillips, and they sack Golden all the way back to the 17-yard line. And that is a huge play right there. A big breakdown on the offensive line by Golden, and a huge sack by the Raptors. So fourth down and goal now. Golden has to go to the end zone for it, and they're going to go for it, electing not to try for the 3 points. Of course, 3 points still has them trailing Eaglecrest by 2. And they want to pass going across the middle, and it's stopped, and then that ball shoots loose at about the 5-yard line. And now the officials will take time out to talk things over. Bo Rogers there to make his case that he was juggling the ball and it wasn't a fumble, and that Eaglecrest should have the ball back at the 17-yard line. And that's not what the officials are going to rule. They're going to rule it was a fumble and that Eaglecrest recovered. So Eaglecrest will have to take over at the 5-yard line. And a big reason for that play right there, number 51, Kevin Widmer. So at the 5-yard line, Bryce Hedrick hands it off to Damian Brown. Brown jukes his way out to about the 8-yard line. Second down now. Bryce Hedrick again. This time Terrell Cameron coming the other way across the 10, picks up a couple out to the 11. So Eaglecrest giving themselves a little bit of room to operate with now, as they've got it out to the 12-yard line. It's third down and about 4 now. And they really want to keep the ball out of Golden's hands as they lead it 12-7. Hedrick gets the snap. They hand it off to Cameron. Cameron's going to get tackled back at the 12, well short of the first down. And the Raptors are going to have to punt. So Bryce Hedrick will be punting out of his end zone. And I'm sure what he's thinking right now is just get that ball off as quickly as possible. He doesn't want any problems back there where Golden might be able to block it. Golden's lining everybody up, and they're definitely coming after it. Hedrick gets the snap. It's a little high. He handles it, but he gets it off. Not a high or long kick. End over end, and it's going to take a Raptor roll out to the almost midfield stripe at the 50, where it's finally touched down. So the Raptors catch a break there. Snap a little high. Bryce Hedrick able to handle it, and an end over end punt gets the ball out to the 50. So Golden with a big gain on first down, right up the middle. Finally tackled down by Kanapke. But the ball all the way down to the 31-yard line. So that is not what the Raptor defense wanted to do. Give up 18 yards on first down and move the ball all the way down to about the 31-yard line. ball is at the 32, not the 31-yard line. And they hand it off again. Another good gain. Cross down to the... Let's see where they spot it before I say anything this time. Stopped by most of the Raptor defense that time. The ball at the 25-yard line. And the Golden Demons are on the move now. Here in the fourth quarter, this is a big series for the Raptor defense. They need a big play here. Golden hands it off again. This time picks up a couple. Tackled by Kevin Widmer up to the 21-yard line. They give him, say he was down at the 22 for Kevin Widmer, the tackler there. And the officials will take a timeout here. So the ball is at the 22. Golden is on the move. And this time they run the pitch to the outside. Trey Miller out there. And finally pulled down by Jasper Armstrong at the 12 yard line.
Played 57 yards.
So Golden now definitely on the move. They've got things going their way. And the ball at the Eaglecrest 11-yard line. And Eaglecrest trying to cling to a 5-point lead now. And this time they stop Golden. Travis Noble and Courtney McHugh in on the tackle at the 12-yard line about.
Ball carried to the 12-yard line.
So this is gut check time for the Raptors. They've got to dig down a little bit and see what they've got left. Of course, they've worked extremely hard this year, had the unblemished 10-0 regular season record. And it would be a shame to see them exit from the state playoffs in the first round. Although Golden certainly is a good team, and they've worked hard today as well. And they're going to run play action. Got a receiver down there. Ball caught and juggled. Trey Miller over on the coverage. Golden receiver, as he was going down, not able to hang on to the ball. So the incomplete pass, Napke and Trey Miller over and on the coverage. So the incomplete pass brings the ball back to the 12-yard line. So Golden takes the timeout to talk things over. This is a big play right here. They're going to pass again. Slant across the middle. Down to about the 2-yard line.
Number 13, Jack Hager, plays good for 9 yards.
So the pass to
The Raptors, number 3, Trey Miller.
Hager, good for 9 yards. And more importantly, it puts the ball down at the Raptor 2-yard line. Checked at the Raptor. Yeah, the Raptor 3-yard line. And Golden stops him. Everybody's jumping around. There's balls on the loose. Jasper Armstrong signaling that Eaglecrest has it back. They unpile the bodies. Jasper Armstrong making a pretty convincing case that Eaglecrest had the ball, and they do! So a big, big play. Eaglecrest able to force Golden to fumble at the 2-yard line. And you see the Raptors celebrating all over the field. There's still a lot of time left in this ball game, however. And they want to get the ball out of there. But that is a huge play for the Raptors. So the Raptors will take over. First down and 10 at their own 2-yard line. Hedrick will quick pitch it out to Damian Brown. Brown's got a lead blocker in Sovereign. Across the 20, 30. He's going to break it up to the 50, 40, Damian Brown's going to go all the way. 98 yards from scrimmage goes Damian Brown for the touchdown. And Bryce Hedrick, the first guy down there to pick him up. And unbelievable. Damian Brown, 98 yards from the line of scrimmage, and you see it right there. He is just exhausted as he had to go 98 yards for the touchdown. And a nice bit of camera work there as Eric Robinson. Well, wait a minute now. Are they bringing this play back?
Oh, here we go.
Uh-oh. Watch out. There's a flag on the play. And they're signaling it back. Oh, tough break for Eaglecrest. Damian Brown, 98 yards up the left sideline for the touchdown. And it's coming back. Yep, it sure is. They're moving that ball back. What a heartbreaker for the Raptors. And the Raptors guilty of the clip. So we'll see. They spot it from the point of the infraction. They're moving it back pretty deep. See, they're going to say the clip happened at about the 38-yard line, so that moves it back to the 23-yard line. So a tough break for the Raptors. And Damian Brown can't believe that that play was called back. 98 yards from scrimmage, a beautiful run. So the Raptors now will have first down and 10 at their own 22-yard line. And officials whistles again. Eaglecrest trying to figure out what's going on.
Penalty marker on the field.
And there's another penalty marker on the field. And they're going to say Eaglecrest took too much time. They're going to say Eaglecrest guilty of the delay of game penalty. So that's even a worse break. And now more whistles.
Play. Jeez, what the hell's wrong with you guys?
Now the officials signal that there was really no whistle, no reason to stop the ball game. They did it anyway. First down and 15 at the 17-yard line. Terrell Cameron across the 20, cuts it inside to the 23-24 before he steps out of bounds.
42, Terrell Cameron.
So Terrell Cameron picks up about 7 of the 15 yards.
7 yards.
Second and 8 now for the Raptors. And Bryce Hedrick under center. And he hands it off. Damian Brown, and the whistles again.
Penalty marker on the field.
And Golden's clapping like it's against Eaglecrest. It is. Eaglecrest was in motion before the snap. So Bryce Hedrick back to pass. Slips down a little bit, avoids pressure, sends it down there. He's got a receiver. Jason Sovereign goes incomplete. Jason Sovereign, the intended receiver, can't make a play on the ball. Hedrick had a lot of pressure on him, though. Did a good job of just getting that ball off. So 3rd and 13, Bryce Hedrick going up top. He's got a receiver down there. Damian Brown has it. Brown across midfield. Nobody in front of him. 30, 20. Damian Brown's going to go the other way for the touchdown. So they take away the 98-yard pass, but they give him an 80-yard touchdown score. And I don't see any flags on the play. And Damian Brown just exhausted down there in the end zone. And there are no flags, so this one will stand. So Bryce Hedrick to Damian Brown. And I tell you what, Damian Brown went up for that ball, and he just flat out wanted it more than the Golden defender. He comes down with it, and there was nobody back there to stop him. And now Brown says, this is my field. Nice job, Damian Brown. So Rogers on to try the PAT, and it's no good. So the score remains 18-7 over Golden. So the Raptor faithful now really excited. They can smell the victory. Eaglecrest leads it 18-7 though. Still plenty of time here in the fourth quarter. So you don't want to start celebrating too early. But this would be Eaglecrest's first 5A playoff victory. As I mentioned earlier, they beat Sterling back when Eaglecrest was a 4A school. But this will be their first 5A state playoff victory if they hang on now. So Golden handles it at the 10, bobbles it a little bit, gets the return across to the 25-yard line. Trey Miller over there on the tackle.
Tackle was made by number 3, Trey Miller, number 22.
So the Raptors doing what all good teams do, especially championship caliber teams. Maybe not playing all that well in the first half, but playing well when they had to. And they caught a couple big breaks. The fumble on the 2-yard line has to be considered one of the biggest. Pass goes incomplete on first down. That'll bring up second down and 10 for Golden.
Broken up by number 8, Bo Rogers.
And I know it's a cliche, but you hate to see either team lose a game like this because both teams have really played their hearts out. And a lot of these young men on the Golden squad, the seniors especially, unless they go on to play college ball, this is their last shot at organized football. Golden going right back to the pass. They got a receiver down there. It's caught to the 40, 45. Nice catch by the Golden receiver over there. Out to the 47-yard line. And that's not what Eaglecrest wants. Eaglecrest has the 18-7 lead. Excuse me.
22-yard pass play brings up a Golden first down.
So Golden will take a timeout here. They'll have the ball first down and 10 at the 47-yard line. So the ball at the 47, first down and 10 for Golden. They're going to the pass again. He's got a receiver down there once again, bobbled out of bounds. Trey Miller, good coverage right in the receiver's face, not allowing him to make the play. Bo Rogers over there as well, along with Greg Cutlip.
Special announcement from the concession stand, pizza for $2.
So that has gotten to be our signal that the game is almost over when we get the signal from the concession stand that the pizzas have been reduced to $2. So that may be a cue to Golden that they're running out of time. Of course, they don't play at the Stutler Bowl, so they don't know what that means. Golden back to pass. Now again, he's going to get sacked, Jasper Armstrong. Jasper Armstrong has had a great game all day long. Good pressure, and he gets the big sack for the Raptors. The ball all the way back to the 45-yard line. Check that back to the 40-yard line. And now the officials have the timeout. I'm not exactly sure what they're trying to do here. And now they wind the clock. I'm not sure what was going on there. Golden hands it off up the middle. And Kevin Widmer, the first tackler there, and they pull down the Golden running back. So Golden goes right to their hurry-up offense again, lining up right at the 45-yard line, and now they'll take a timeout. So fourth down and 1 for Golden. Of course, trailing 18-7, they're going to go for it. And they're looking for the pass. Got a receiver down there, and it's caught, and it goes out of bounds. Jamie Kanapke, the defender over there for Eaglecrest. And the Raptors will take over on downs back at the Golden 45-yard line. And now they just need to run out the clock and seal the victory. And the faithful of Eaglecrest start singing the na-na-na-na, hey-hey goodbye song. So they're pretty confident that this game is over. And with the clock running out and the Eaglecrest Raptors owners of an 18-7 lead, I have to agree with them now. Bryce Hedrick will run the quarterback keeper. He'll pick up some good yardage.
Number 7, Bryce Hedrick, up the middle.
Not the fastest quarterback in the league, but fast enough that time to pick up the yardage. So the Raptors would like to get a first down here, and that should do it for the clock. Number 65, Aaron Wagner, ran right out of his shoe as he was blocking for Bryce Hedrick. Dan Duran into the ball game with the play for the Raptors.
Sometimes it's better to be lucky.
You're right my way. Let's go ahead and say what you're going to say, though.
Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good.
And the ball down to the 35-yard line. And Dan Duran hobbling a little bit. He looks to be okay. So Bryce Hedrick signaling that they want to keep the clock rolling and that they need to play. Third down and just a couple inches. Damian Brown and Terrell Cameron start celebrating. And the clock, Raptors have to run at least one more play here. Hedrick will pick up the first down, and that will seal it. So first down for Eaglecrest now. The ball right at the 34-yard line. And the Raptors just simply now need to run a couple plays, and actually they don't. The clock will wind down, and you hear the crowd counting down to the 1. And Eaglecrest has done it. They have won the school's first ever 5A state playoff football game. They beat the Golden Demons 18-7. And you heard one of the Eaglecrest fans a few moments ago making the comment that sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. And the Raptors were both today. They were both lucky and they were good. They came up with the plays when they had to. So, whether if they're lucky or good, they will go to the second round of the state playoffs and hopefully take that next step towards the 5A state football championships. This is Matt Cook, along with Eric Robinson for Amateur Sports Video. Good night, everybody.